Yes, people, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Toon transfers. Transfer Tuesday. Just made it up, does it? Go, probably. Doesn't matter. We're going to discuss transfer rumours today, a few other things, a little update on the kits as well. Now, I was meant to do this video on Friday when I was down London. However, we had the news break from the club about the club badge being changed. So we changed things up. So now today, I'm going to dive in all the topics I was going to discuss on Friday. They're still fresh, they're still good, and there's some new ones to add to it, as you might have seen in the title. But before we get into today's video, a big thank you to the sponsors, NordVPN. Now, if you're like me, and most people in the modern world, you're surfing the old interweb a canny bit, so your privacy is canny important. Now, when you're out and about, whether that be at the shops where your missus and she's dragging you around and you're connecting to the Wi-Fi, or on a match day you're at the pub, why would you be using their public Wi-Fi when they could be stealing your data? Or if you want to download some match highlights in your spare time, then you should be using NordVPN and encrypting all of your traffic. You can also use NordVPN to change your browsing location, so you can open up and watch Netflix in different countries. NordVPN are also offering a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if you're not satisfied, you can get a full refund. If you want to sign up, you can use my special link that's on the screen there now, nordvpn.com/magpie, and you'll get yourself an exclusive special offer on a 2-year plan. Thanks to NordVPN for supporting us on this one. Right then, let's start off with the transfer news that's came out today from Fabrizio Romano. And that is that Manchester City are eyeing up a move for Tino Livramento. According to Romano, they have a 4-man shortlist to replace Kyle Walker, who's obviously now at AC Milan. They're looking to get this deal done early as well, by the way, which a lot of these big clubs are looking to make transfer moves early on, even earlier than the PSR deadline of the end of June. We do have a mini transfer window before the big transfer window of the summer at the start of June, ahead of that Club World Cup, and that is when Pep Guardiola wants to get his new right back and other signings through the door. And Tino is high up on a list of targets for right back, according to Romano, which is concerning, because normally you know me, I'm very abrupt, very assured, very certain that you're not going to get my player, yeah? Said for ages, Arsenal, not getting Isaac. Other teams, you're not getting Bruno, you're not doing this, but when it comes to Man City, it's rather difficult, because a lot of them want to work under Guardiola, a lot of them want to be certain of winning trophies, and this season being an exception, even though they might still win an FA Cup, they just win trophies all the time, trebles, Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues, all the time. And next season, they're probably going to come back and do that. You know, after signing a Marmouche, good January window, depending on what the punishment is, probably nothing. And they're going to make more signings in the summer. Livramento being one of them. You look at that and you think, yeah, probably going to win the league again next year, then aren't they? Going to be right in the Champions League mix once more. So yeah, teams will want to go to Manchester City for all those reasons. Trophies, Guardiola, loads of money as well. High wages. Holland on like £500,000 a week. Mental. So it's one of those ones where I can't be daft and I can't keep my black and white glasses on and be like, I'm not going to sign him. I tell you what, if Man City want any one of our players, anyone in the world really, they're going to get them. So that's a worrying thing for me. I would hate to lose Tino. I genuinely believe he's one of the best fullbacks in the world, or on his way to being that way. The potential in this lad is just through the roof, and Eddie Howe's getting the best out of him though, so I really hope he wouldn't leave and he would believe in the Newcastle project, loves life here, gets the city, gets the fans, can grow with the club, especially if we can say to him, listen, Isaac's not leaving this summer, Bruno's not leaving, Tonali's going nowhere, then he should look at that and go, right, sound, we're going to be in the Champions League, fingers crossed, looking good that way, we've just won a trophy. I think Newcastle are an exciting project, an exciting place to be as well, very much on the up. He should give credit to Howe for putting faith in him, you know, signing him for big money from Southampton. It was £40 million, he was coming off a long-term injury, he never really got a chance at Chelsea, did he? Southampton did well, then Newcastle was a big step. It was a big move. It was European football. It was a team going to improve and go for trophies. So he should put some faith in us, really, and should be like, right, well, at least give us another year or two. Like I'm saying with your Gordons and that, give us another year or two. Don't jump ship now. You know what I mean? Stay it out, see how far we can go, because opportunities are there at Newcastle United for sure to do great things. They would have seen that, what a trophy parade meant to the fans, and with European football on the horizon next season, it's an unreal place to be. So hopefully Livramento doesn't go. But if Man City come in and Pep Guardiola is knocking his door offering to triple his wages, then it's kind of difficult, isn't it? As one of the Premier League favourites, as one of the Champions League favourites, it's going to be hard. But it's interesting to see who else will be on that 3-4 short man list for the right back slot. But Man City interested in Tino, it would take a lot of money, mind. As I mentioned, we paid £40 million for him. They're going to have to get close to 60, 70 for me. Seriously. We're going to have to be big, big money at least. And that's not even doubling it. So it's going to be a lot. Will they go for that? Will they look at Newcastle and think, nah, they don't need the money? Maybe last summer they would have had with. But this summer, we know we're not. We're in good hands with FFP, good hands with PSR. We don't need to sell our stars or our young players like we did last summer with Minter and Anderson. So hopefully it doesn't fit. Hopefully the price tag's too much for Man City and they move on to their targets. I'm hopeful that they will. I can't see Tino in that Man City shirt, to be honest, just because I think what I've just said there, the fees and stuff, and Newcastle being on the up, I think Man City will just get some Brazilian from nowhere that pay like £9 million for him and he'll be mint, or they'll sell him on and get someone else. You know, like they went abroad this year, got Mamouche for a really good price. They might go to a Germany or a Spain and get a good talent there, and for a fraction of the fee that English fullback Livramento would cost them. So, eyes peeled on that one, but I don't think it'll happen. I hope it doesn't happen. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Any City fans watching, would you want him? What other right backs would you want instead? Now, the transfer news I was going to discuss on Friday morning was that of which came out on Thursday night, and that's Harvey Barnes being linked to Aston Villa. They are apparently huge admirers of him, and we are huge admirers of Villa's Jacob Ramsey. Eddie Howe obviously looked at signing him last summer, but was put off by a big fee from Aston Villa, but they need to sell. They are in that awful, sticky situation that the Toon were in last year, where you have to make a sale, big sales at that, before the PSR deadline on the end of June. So, other clubs are looking, plotting. Newcastle are doing the same. Eddie Howe said in his press conference, they are looking to take advantage of that FFP PSR problem that other clubs have that we had last summer. So, Ramsey to Newcastle, Barnes to Villa is gathering momentum because both clubs want each other's players, basically, and it makes sense on an FFP scenario. However, for me, I'm not feeling letting Barnes go. I didn't want to lose Harvey Barnes. Look what he's done this season. The start of the season, he was banging in goals, saving us points. Remember, Wolves away, Screamers in this shirt. He's doing bits for us. Really was. Good goals, good assists on the board. And he came back in for Gordon. Everyone's crapping themselves ahead of the cup final, thinking, oh man, we've got knee Gordon, knee Hall. Tino, by the way, something I didn't mention before. Versatility, right back, left back. He looks amazing. Even better at left back sometimes. But yeah, we missed that left-hand side for a couple of months. We're like, oh, how we're going to survive? Champions League, dead. Football Cup, dead. No, very much alive and kicking, to be fair. Barnes came in. Barnes has been brilliant. Fair few goals, good assists, clinical, really good goal scorer. Unlucky on the weekend, didn't quite click for him against Chelsea, but I'm really impressed with Barnes. I like him. He's hard-working. He's got a great eye for goal. He just gets on with his job. I'm a fan. And I think he's great as an option as a squad player as well. Gordon probably will always be the starter as well ahead of him. Barnes may get frustrated at that, of course. Both of them will get pissed off. Neither of them want to be on the bench. Both of them want to be starting. That is the issue we have, and that is why you might see Barnes go. But I'm sure Eddie Howe will want to keep him as well. It's a fantastic option to have. When you're going in the European competitions, when you're fighting for cups, you need two great players in both positions, really. You know, we've got that on the left. We've got Gordon and Barnes who can swap. Neither of them really click on the right, though. And obviously Murphy's been fantastic, but we know that's a position we've need to strengthen for some time. So what you need there is another one on the right. But with the Barnes thing, I don't want to sell him. I don't want him to go. Ramsey, on the other hand, the swap deal thing, it's an interesting one. Swap deals have kind of died a bit in recent windows, haven't they? From what I can remember anyways. You know, it was very common 5-10 years ago. Swap deals are a swap and a little bit of fee, yeah, a little bit of money there. And again, it's what I was saying about Tino, you know. Our players, when teams are linked with them, I find it hilarious when an article will come out and go, Villa want Barnes for 45 million. Well, we signed him for 40 million 2 years ago. I think he's kicked on since there, so maybe increase it by a few million. I think the clubs pay it as they all forget how much we actually pay for these players. Oh, Tino to Man City, 50 million. No, mate. And he's kicked on massively, and he's in the England set up now. Get your words out, son. And, you know, he's been brilliant for us. So he's proven that. Yeah? So you can't be coming in with these crap offers and low fees, because that's what it is in comparison to what the player's value is and what we paid for him. So with Barnes, I want to keep him. With Ramsey, on the other hand, I think that'll be a good signing. I'd like to just keep Barnes and have Ramsey. So take advantage of Villa's PSR problems. Because Jacob Ramsey is a very good player. Hasn't had the best of seasons. Fell out of favour with Emery. Few assists, couple of goals. Hasn't played much. But what I like about Ramsey is his versatility across midfield, predominantly on the left centre of midfield, if he can play as a winger. He's even played a bit further forward than that before. But I would see him as a Joe Willock replacement, not a Harvey Barnes replacement. And I'd be very much in favour of that because, as I said in the video last week, Willock just isn't quite cutting it now, and it might be best to move him on for both parties. So if we had a Ramsey to come into midfield, interchange with Joe Linton, play certain games where you might want to rest Big Joe or change up the tactics, perfect. And I'd have that all day long. Now, Villa apparently want 35-40 million for Ramsey, and that would be pure profit for them because Ramsey is a homegrown player, so that would fit their PSR needs to perfection. And he would fit Newcastle, whether perfection or not, a bit of a stretch, but we need a revamp, we need a boost in that midfield, and I think Ramsey would provide that. And like I said, he could play on the flank as well. He's great at driving forward with the ball. A bit like what we've seen Willock do in the past, to be fair. He's just, with Ramsey, I question whether or not he would be happy with that, though, because you're not getting ahead of Joe Linton for me, really, unless we see a big improvement on the pitch, and that you should be. As of now, what we've seen overall, you'd think Joe Linton would keep his place. Ramsey would come in, battle for it, maybe start this game in the Cup, that game in the league. Would he be happy with that? Because obviously the reason he's not happy with Villa is game time. So can we promise him it? Not sure. But I do like Jacob Ramsey. He had a brilliant season last year. This season, obviously inconsistent and stuff. I think he was sent off at the weekend, actually, wasn't he, against Bournemouth. So his head's maybe gone a bit there. He needs a new challenge as well, a new start. Villa need money, so that makes sense. I think he'll be on the move, whether it's Newcastle United or not. We'll wait and see. And the swap deal thing might be something, but I want to keep Barnes. Let me know. Will keep Barnes, swap him? What's your thoughts on Ramsey? Is he good enough for Newcastle? Let us know in the comments below. A couple of other bits that were missed out in the last couple of days because of how hectic the schedule's been and with the Chelsea game and stuff is that Callum Wilson had an opportunity to get an extension guaranteed this year at the Magpies if he had hit a certain number of games. However, that can no longer happen because the games are obviously running out. There's only 2 games left now. It doesn't matter if Wilson played both of those. It isn't enough. It didn't state what number of matches it was he had to play, but it's gone now anyway, so he can't initiate a guaranteed contract extension. However, there is still talks that he will be offered a 1-year deal, or will Wilson see what his options are and maybe move abroad or somewhere else. It's all up in the air for me. I've said it on the podcast. I don't mind Wilson signing if he's going to be third choice striker, if we're bringing another striker. And we've got a Sula there as well, who I'm still getting annoyed that he doesn't get minutes. I think he should have came on the other day. Isak was flagging big time. Wilson did come on though. But I think what we've got to do with the strikers is obviously get another one in to help with Isak, to challenge with Isak, give him a kick up the arse, threaten his position a little bit because that motivates everyone. And obviously with Champions League football, hopefully, or any European football with 2 games a week, you're going to need better options than a crocked Callum Wilson. I hate to say it, but now it is, his injury record's there for everyone to see. So you can't rely on him. We did that 2 years ago in the Champions League. Backfired. Yeah, so him and Isak can be injury prone. We need someone else to come in. So Wilson, will he sign? Will he be offered a new deal? We'll wait and see. Again, what do you think? What do you reckon about Callum Wilson? Another one was Lloyd Kelly to Juventus is a done deal now. We knew it was always like an obligation, but apparently he's hit a trigger now. It's something to do with Juventus qualifying for European football and also the minutes that Kelly's played. I mentioned Kelly in a video last week, so don't need to go into it again, but he's basically had a stinker at Juventus again. He started off bad, went okay, having a bit of a mare again. Juventus and Italy press are slaughtering him, to be honest, the poor lad, but hopefully he can kick on. Listen, wish Kelly all the best over there in Serie A, and well done Mitchell for that deal. Getting 15 million plus in for him is very, very good business, considering we got him on a free. Let's finish off on kits. Obviously, I did one on the home kit last week. I said I wasn't sure on it. The leaked images, which are definitely real, by the way, on the video last week. And check it out if you haven't seen it already. The home kit with the fuzzy pattern, the blue on the trim, all of that. That, as I said, was the fan version. Now, I've just seen the player version. I've got an image for you to show. I wouldn't show it anyway because it's confidential. The source, I wouldn't give it away for him. But it is actually really good. Really, honestly, I knew this would happen. Didn't know. I said in the video, I'm not a fan, I don't like that kit. Oh, nah, I'm not sure about that. I'm telling you, the authentic version, the pro version, the player version, which again, it's a lot of money, 110 quid, 220 quid, something like that. But it's way nicer. And it looks way better. The collar is so better on it. Instead of that fat round one, it's like a nice thin one. I don't know if you've seen the Bayern Munich game on the weekend. Harry Kane celebrating his first trophy. That is what the collar is on the Newcastle United home pro shirt. It is beautiful, way better. And it was obviously slimmer, better material, more fitted. Oh, the badge is better as well. Like I said it would be. It's not a stick-on one. I'm honestly a fan of it. I like it. I like it a lot more. Now, it is just a photo that I've seen again, so I want to see it in person to truly judge it. And obviously, when it's out, we'll be there on kit launch day to have a look, and no doubt I'll probably end up buying it, like I always do. Anyways, I think that's about... Oh no, the Away kit. So, we said this in a video a few weeks ago. I showed you the green one. This was just a design, the computerized image. Well, we have now seen a leaked image of that one. There it is on your screen. That is the Away kit as well. Going back to Saudi green. Saudi green, that'll upset people, won't it? And obviously people comparing it to Celtic and stuff as well, with the hoops or the stripes across it, the different shades of green, and obviously the white on the trim there. And just like this season's Away kit, white Adidas, white badge, white seller. I'm not too sure on that one, but I might change my mind again. The more images you see, when you see it in person, but the initial impression of it, nah, don't think I'll be buying that one. It just doesn't have enough about it for me. It doesn't stand out enough. I don't get drawn to it. I'm not like, oh, that's really nice. I actually really like the green one that Custode did for the Champions League a couple of years ago. I thought it was really good with the funky patterns in the background and that. Yeah, class. But this one, it's just a bit boring, to be honest. Some people might like it. Let us know your thoughts below. But for me, it doesn't have enough about it. It doesn't want to make me go and spend 80 to 110 quid on it. Yeah, until I see Joe Linton in it or see it in person, I'm like, alright then, I'll buy it. Hopefully not. You know what I mean? The bank balance could do without it. So yeah, there it is. There's the Away kit for next year as well. More images on that soon, and then that'll come out in June time. Then obviously the July probably for the third one, which will be based on that retro kit that we talked about last week as well, and we've talked about before on the channel. So let us know what you think of the video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Give us a subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one.